What is going on, everybody? Depraved Slasher here.
Hello.
With Mr. Pounds, who's not paying any attention. He's like, I'm ready, and then just staring at his phone.
Uh-huh.
This is the Pound and Slash Marvel Media Podcast. This is the Comic Corner.
That camera is hey, I ain't trying to play it right now.
Comic Corner number 13.
Number 13. I'm Pound Slash, and together we are Pound and Slash.
We are P&S.
P&S. Can't say that without the slash and the pound. Pound and Slash. Yeah.
All right. So, we get to cover 6 new comics.
Mm-hmm.
Old comics. New to us.
Right.
However, everything is being done in a brand new format, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, you got some new shit for us.
We do. So one of the things we are doing, we're going to, you know the infographic that I usually start off with that everyone, this is for the visual side of things. If you're listening to this on Spotify, you will not notice the difference.
Right. It just, yeah.
But the little infographic is actually going to be going on while we are talking about things, so you guys can actually see the characters that we're talking about as opposed to just seeing all of them and then trying to remember them.
Right.
And I changed the design of it, so it looks completely different now. And then on top of...
It took about a couple hours to get that, too. Man.
It took a while, a couple days.
Oh, days? Oh, shit. Never mind.
A few hours, both days. It dipped into 3 days because I needed to get the question done. Anyways.
Right.
So, yeah, there's that. And it's going to be on screen.
All right.
So, let me... And that's why we have 2 computers, so I can still read my guide over here.
Right.
As far as the things to talk about. And then I can control over here when things change. Sometimes I may forget to do things. Sometimes I might not. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Oh, yeah.
So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get this pulled up here. Hey. Hey. Right in the middle of this. Actually, it kind of overlaps you a little bit because I'm way off on the side.
Oh, shit.
Not much. But...
Dang, I thought this time would be off again.
Ladies and gentlemen, so as you guys can see, we have changed up the way this front page looks. It now says Comic Corner Week 13.
Right.
And each week we're rotating, and it's why it only has 9, 10, and 11, 12. 13 and 14 will be replaced over this week and next week. In terms of, these are our MVPs. So I'll be changing that week to week. Things will be rotating, changing.
Right. Because this time you get to pick this time, man. Yep.
But last week he picked Merlin.
Yep.
As the Week 12 MVP.
Yes, sir.
And let's see how things go this week.
Right.
All right. So the first comic we are actually going to be covering. Actually, see, this is why I'm glad I have this all set up.
Right.
To start off, because I would have forgot about this.
We got a trivia question.
We have the Marvel Trivia Question of the week. Now, here's the thing: the Marvel Trivia Question will almost never match up with any of the comics we're reading. So, it's just a random trivia question to be answered by the end of the thing. And this week's Marvel Trivia Question is: Parker Robbins is better known as what supervillain? A, the Hood, B, the Taskmaster, or C, the Shocker? Those are your questions. That'll be something you can ponder on if you really want.
Right.
And let's move on. That'll be at the end, by the way. All right. So
cool. Our
Our first comic that we got to read is Tales of Suspense number 40. This was called Iron Man versus Gargantus.
Gargantus. Nice.
This was published April 1st, 1963, written by Stan Lee and R. Burns, penciled by Jack Kirby, inked by Don Heck.
Darn it, not Dick Harris. Damn it.
I know he shows up later.
Yeah, he does. But, yeah.
As you can see, this is the cover of the said comic, by the way.
Right.
All right. With that being said, on this page right here, you guys see Tales of Suspense number 40. These are the characters we'll be running across. There's Anthony Stark / Iron Man, Jeannie, or Jane? I think it's just Jean.
I think it's
weird name to spell Jean.
Right.
And then another one of Iron Man's girlfriends, whose name is Marion.
Right. He had girlfriends in here. Goddamn.
Right. There are aliens, and there is Gargantus.
The main antagonist of the issue.
Right. All right. So, going into what this issue is about, we begin learning that Anthony lives 3 lives. He is the scientist, which he does all kinds of science. He's not just like done in the one thing. He does,
Yeah, he's not a one-trick pony. He does like a lot.
He does all science.
All science. He likes to. I like.
He
science.
is a billionaire playboy, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, they called him a billionaire playboy.
Oh, I was going to go finish. Genius billionaire playboy from Lance was like, yes, here it is. There's the line.
He moonlights as Iron Man.
Yep.
And he has to shrug off his date with Jean to recharge his chest armor so that he can continue to live. We then see Iron Man save some circus spectators from lions and tigers that broke free.
Hey, bears, oh my
right. But the crowd is just as afraid of Iron Man as they are the cast
like
themselves.
Big ass, you see how he came down in that thing, bro? He like a big ass like warrior thing.
Right. So Tony's date that night, who happens to be Marion, tells him after it's all done that Iron Man should paint his armor gold to show people that they shouldn't be afraid of him. That his heart is made of gold just like his armor is. Was the cheesy shit that she said.
He has a heart.
Right. If I only had a brain. Sorry. And so he does. He goes home. He paints it gold. And then when Marion's next flight is supposed to land, she does not show up. And Anthony reads a newspaper that states that her town is walled off from the rest of the world. So he goes to visit and digs under the wall to find people who are basically hypnotized and following a guy by the name of Gargantus, their new ruler. They try to fight off Iron Man, but he slips away.
Right.
On a rooftop, Iron Man sends a radio broadcast to challenge Gargantus, and Gargantus shows up. Tony plays with the flag for a minute, and then jumps down to the ground, and then throws 3 super magnets in the front and sides of Gargantus, and then Gargantus falls apart, and we find out he was a robot.
Yep.
Tony then shows that there's a UFO in the sky. The UFO takes off, probably to never return because they realize that Iron Man is there's probably more than one Iron Man. Is what they're thinking.
Jeb is there. No.
Right. They really seen Jeb. But Iron Man's not actually a threat.
Right.
No.
They said, Iron Man, we can take him. Who is that? Zoom in. Bro, that's Jeb. We gotta go, bro.
But
we gotta get the fuck out of here.
So they run, and
way, gone.
They also reveal that at one point their ancestors came back when it was Neanderthals, which is why Gargantus was made to look like a Neanderthal, because that's what they thought people looked like.
Right.
But that was like 80,000 years ago, and humans since then have gained Iron Men to protect them. We end with Tony and Marion meeting back up, and here's my problem. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Oh, you did? I was gonna give it like 2 out of 5 because this hit. Oh, it's gonna get way worse. Because, bro, I'm getting tired of this shit.
I gave it a 3 out of 5 because, to be honest, we've read this story already.
Yeah. Yeah, we did.
Whether it's aliens coming, or people using robots to trick the heroes.
You're being generous. I gave like 2 out of 5. Oh man.
And the hypnotizing thing, like they are obsessed with hypnotizing.
Yep. And it's gonna play on. Well, once we get to the good one, but it plays right. But we're gonna get some. Never mind. Jesus Christ. It is Scooby Doo again. It was aliens. Like no shit. No shit, bro. He's a robot. What? Are you serious? No way.
Right. It always seems to be aliens.
Fuck. All the time. It really. Golly, man. Watch next week's issue. He gonna be PP gonna be alien.
Right.
I'll still give it to him. I'll give a fuck.
All right. Next up is Journey into Mystery number 92. This is called The Day Loki Stole Thor's Magic Hammer.
I thought this time Don Blake was just gonna be. It should be this Don Blake episode. Is that Don Blake, right?
Don's barely in it.
Yeah, I know he's barely in it, but I'm saying he should have been. You would think by the issue or like the cover, you would think. Because when he says, like, I got your hammer now, and I'm like,
right.
So this is a Don Blake, but I mean, I know it's not because, he gets help from people, but
right.
You would think it should be a Don Blake episode.
So this was published May 1st, 1963, written by Stan Lee and R. Burns, penciled and inked by Joe Sinnott.
All right, a new person. That was a complete new person altogether. All right.
So in this issue, we run into Dr. Donald Blake / Thor, Loki, Odin, Heimdall, Jane Foster.
Yep, we talked about that.
They've officially, finally changed her name.
They gave it a full official name.
And Neri.
Right.
All right, so we begin with Neri trying to cross the Bifrost, but has to prove that she is not Loki, as Loki is secured with the Rock and Uru chains. So she proves by saying, "Hey, look, right there."
The way she did
Loki's
that,
tied up.
I mean, I like how they made it all like dramatic. It really should be said there. All right, open the Bifrost.
Right,
because he's right there. Damn it.
We then see Jane Foster leave work.
Yep, Jane Foster leave work.
While gone, some gangsters bring in their boss who was shot and make Donald fix him up. They have plans to kill him after they're done. But when their back is turned, Don turns into Thor, ties them
everybody. No, he should.
ties them to a table, ties his hammer to the table,
I don't know how.
and then spins the table and throws it and sends them to the police, and then his hammer returns back.
Bro,
to
they
him.
died. 100%. Whatever they got thrown to, that was Mach 10 throw. He threw that bitch like how
Right.
he throw his hammer. There you go. Oh my god.
So, a week later,
Hell no. Right.
Thor is being himself in someone else's movie. So that all the
First of all, was the Fantastic Four there too?
and all the proceeds that he was supposed to make are supposed to go to good causes, charities, things like that.
Fantastic Four.
Probably. And while this happened, Loki ends up magnetizing his Uru chains.
Right.
And during one of the scenes, Thor throws his hammer. It flies off to Asgard and ends up breaking Loki's chains because they hit Loki's chains because they're magnetized to other Uru now.
Oh, man.
Loki makes Thor think about calling Odin for help.
Yep.
And so Odin does.
Right.
And then he makes Odin, so then Thor does. Thor calls for Odin for help.
Right.
And then he makes Odin think about keeping Thor there by not helping him, which once he gets there, he's pretty much told, hey, you're on your own. I got shit to do.
Right.
So, as I was saying, Odin gives Thor a ride to Asgard, makes Thor search for the hammer on his own.
Right.
Loki then tries to kill Thor with trees, but Thor beats them with a hammer he makes from wood. Apparently, he's also a hammer maker, by the way.
He's Legend of Zelda. You get the wooden sword.
Right. And it's cool because right after this, he gets the stone sword. So,
Right. He does.
Loki then turns clouds into dragons.
Right. Yep. They were like cloud dragons.
And
oh shit.
Thor beats them with
Right.
the hammer he makes from stone.
Right.
But this stone is also lined with Uru.
Oh god.
And it flies off as well, so Thor follows the hammer follows this hammer and finds his actual Mjolnir.
Bro.
Mjolnir.
It was
He
like
finds
this.
Mjolnir.
Yeah. Did you see how?
Right.
Yeah! Oh my god. Every time you read Thor shit, you just know it's gonna be the most off the wall shit. Like, here we go.
So Thor finds his hammer. Odin and Heimdall and Fricka show up, rearrest Loki,
Yep.
and Thor returns home and becomes Donald Blake to continue his work.
Right, as if nothing ever happened.
As if nothing happened.
Barely clean.
Now I actually gave this a 4 out of 5. I thought the issue was actually
I
very
gave it
well
3
done.
out of 5 because it's still hypnotized, but it's done right, and you know it had little moments here and there, but you know, yeah, 3. And it's just Loki just doing Loki shit because that's what I said. It works for that character. When you get random shit, it's like you get tired of it after a while. So
I think nobody was hypnotized. There's magnetization.
right, magnetization, but I thought he.
That was
I swear I thought he hypnotized. No, he didn't hypnotize Thor.
He didn't hypnotize anybody. He put thoughts in their mind.
Put thoughts in him. Okay, I thought he hypnotized
But he didn't
Thor.
take over their bodies
Their
or
body.
nothing.
Okay.
He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't make him do anything. No, he was just throwing obstacles.
Obstacles, because that's what Loki does.
in
He throws
Thor's way.
obstacles.
And here's the thing, and the reason why I actually liked this issue
I liked it better than
way more than I probably should have.
Right.
It was fun to watch them honestly hang out in Asgard.
Yep. That's where
Everything Donald has done has
all
been
on Earth.
on Earth. Anytime we've seen Thor, I mean, he'll have a moment in Asgard and then he goes down
But this
to
is
Earth.
like the first issue that he's actually
But-
been in Asgard.
And he spent most of this issue in Asgard. And what's really cool, too, is when Thor is in Asgard, he does not turn back into Donald Blake, so he stays Thor.
right, he stays Thor. That's what I thought was going to happen when I thought the hammer went away. I said, man, how the hell are they going to... Bro, this would be inconsistent. I mean, I guess it would not be inconsistent. It probably would be consistent. Like, how would you going to explain him being, I guess, like, Donald Blake without
Right.
that? So...
And one of the
cool.
things, too, is I feel like this is almost a first look in terms of... Well, honestly, I guess a second look, because he was hinted at as being Thor in another issue.
Right.
Actually being Thor. But I think this is the first, like, real extended look into basically realizing that he is actually Thor, even though he doesn't quite know it yet.
That's what I think was going to happen. Once he got rid of the hammer, and he's like, why am I not turning back Donald Blake? Because you are Thor. I'm like,
Right.
there you go. He's now going with Thor now.
But yeah, so I gave that a 4 out of 5.
Right.
A lot of fun. All right. Next story. Next story is the Fantastic Four number 14. It's called Submariner and the Merciless Puppet Master. It was published May 10th, 1963. Written by Stan Lee, penciled by Jack Kirby, inked by Dick Ayers.
You know it's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
And our characters are the Fantastic Four themselves, which are consisting of, if you have not known already, Reed Richards, who is the
Now
Mr.
you know.
Fantastic, Ben Grimm, who is the Thing, Sue Storm, who is the Invisible Girl, and the Human Torch, who is also known as Johnny Storm. We also see the characters of the Golden Angel.
Right.
Briefly.
Every second.
We see the Puppet Master.
Yep.
We see the Submariner.
Submariner.
And Alicia.
Yeah. I forgot Alicia came back too, because she's
kind of in and out.
She's in and out, right? In and out, because just like this one, she was in it for
but
like a little bit.
She's pretty much Thing's girlfriend at this point.
Right.
Anyways, so we start right where we left off.
That's why, man,
which was really cool.
That was cool.
So the last Fantastic Four issue we read, they were on their way home from the moon.
From the moon, from the moon, right?
And this issue starts with them coming home from space, where they are greeted by hundreds of people who are excited.
Oh yeah.
Torch ends up creating during this time so the Golden Angel, which you guys see on screen here, was actually dumped into a trash can by the Thing. As a matter of fact, the picture you see of him is in the process of being dumped into the trash can. And the reason he's thrown into the trash can is because he challenges Thing to like a wrestling match.
Which that was stupid.
And Thing just picks him up and drops him in a trash can, and he's like, I ain't got time for your shit.
Right. Like, we just came back from the moon. I had to fight some people. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Reed Richards fan clubs, who are all girls, are pulling Reed Richards in every direction. Invisible girls being chased by a bunch of dudes.
Oh, God.
Johnny Storm, I don't remember what was going on with Johnny Storm, but Johnny Storm eventually got fed up with it.
Yeah.
And he created this funnel that he made that basically transported them all to their secret hideout, which has not yet been named the Baxter Building. We'll get there eventually, right. I hope.
Which, first of all, damn, you got Doctor Strange powers like that?
Well, no, he just created a funnel.
Oh, I thought
it was a tornado. He basically made a tornado.
A flaming tornado. I was like, damn, I thought
to suck them back to the building.
Right, okay. I was like, damn, he warped them or something? Jesus Christ.
No, okay. So Torch creates this, and everyone goes to their base, where Reed becomes kind of chauvinistic. Because after they rest for a little bit, there's a point where Invisible Girl, Sue Storm, goes, hey, I think I should get some cleaning done.
Well, that was a bad one right there. First of all, who wrote that one?
And Reed goes, that's fine, but be quiet while you do it.
And then there's that.
And I was like,
First of all, why would I have I got nothing else to do. I don't think I would do some cleaning. Shut up about it, woman. Like, damn. Whoa,
right.
Bam.
So,
oh, God.
Reed goes to give, later on, Reed goes to give Sue some notes to drop papers for, in order to give to NASA. And runs into her basically using some technology to look for Namor. After he leaves her to her work, he doesn't talk to her about it. He doesn't do nothing. He goes off and has a four-pane segment where he wonders why she doesn't like him.
Because she's a bitch.
Why she's so in love with, or smitten. I won't say in love. She's smitten.
Snuggle struggle?
With Namor.
Well, because she probably won't let him say keep it quiet when I vacuum a rug.
Right. So, meanwhile, Puppet Master ends up getting out of rehab, where he ends up sculpting Namor. He goes through all the people. He's like, who should I take over to fight the Fantastic Four?
Right, that rehab did not, bro, he came back to work.
Apparently, he chose Namor. So, after he sculpts Namor, we go over and we see that Namor finds traces of his ancestors.
Right.
But, under Puppet Master's spell, goes straight home. And telepathically calls Sue to meet him, and she does. And as she goes and meets him, and then she's hypnotized and then captured.
But see, that was hypnotized done right, though. Like, that really, right. Because they already had a connection with each other anyway.
And this isn't a long-term hypnotized.
No, it's not like
he's just kidnapping her.
Right, really the whole point was just to kidnap her, yep.
So, Puppet Master then decides that he is going to let the Fantastic Four keep their free will during the upcoming battle, because the win will be sweeter if the person that wins does it because they're stronger, not because he can control people. So Reed is testing Thing's strength when Namor shows up with a mental projection to challenge them at his home.
Right.
He doesn't say where he's at. He's just like, come find me. I got Sue.
Right. And they were like,
and I'll beat all your asses.
Right. I'll one-man army this shit.
So before they go, Thing ends up going to tell Alicia, and she pretty much forces Thing to let her go.
Right.
If you call it forces. She was like, I want to go. And he was like, oh, okay. He's got a soft spot.
Look at
somewhere between all that rock.
Somewhere you got a soft spot there. No, there.
They meet up with the others, and then they head out and find Namor's base.
Well, first of all, Human Torch is gonna get this work because is this gonna be 1v2?
Well, we're not there yet.
I know we're not, but that like wait, Human Torch is gonna fight.
After dodging a couple of traps,
God damn it,
the third one captures them.
Oh yeah.
And because the third trap ends up being a clam that looks like a cliff, basically.
Right.
And they end up waking up in Namor's base. Namor fights Johnny Storm first.
Man, dude.
Kind of gets his ass beat.
Badly. And
then Thing tries to... Well, but to be fair, Namor's fighting unfairly. It's supposed to be one-on-one, and Namor ends up using weapons, whereas they aren't.
Didn't he use weapons in the Stranger Tales?
Who, Namor?
Namor.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, wait a minute. What?
Namor never doesn't fight hand-to-hand.
Wait, I was like, wait, what the fuck? It's just that Human Torch is the bitch.
So then he also tries to encase Thing in coral, but Thing breaks out of it.
Right, it's coral. All right. He's like,
he said, I can get out of this super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Barely inconvenience. It's coral.
At which point, Reed traps Namor in miles of his arms. He does like this, he wraps him up in all of his arms.
Thing that he does, yeah.
And then while this happens, Thing ends up jumping into the water tank that's holding a...
like a bubble?
It's got this like almost pearl-like object that Sue is trapped in.
And she's just like in fetal position.
And she's sitting inside this bubble, but at the same time, this bubble's being almost crushed by a giant octopus.
Right.
So, like I said, Thing jumps in, throws the giant octopus out of the base, saves Sue, at which point Puppet Master commands Namor to just kill them. And as Namor sprays them with a deadly gas, he does not realize that they had put on what is called flexogen masks.
Right.
Created by Reed Richards.
That was interesting, I guess.
And then they all start to charge in, at which point Sue steps in and says it's not him doing this.
I would have speared.
Reed's not going to spear nothing. He's been trying to spear for a while, and she's not.
I would have beat. He's been trying to spear for like the fucking longest. He's not doing this. Bitch, get the fuck out the way. Go, please.
Meanwhile, the giant octopus ends up crushing Puppet Master Sub because when he got thrown out of the base, he ends up right by Puppet Master Sub. So the giant octopus crushes the sub. We're pretty much guessing kills the Puppet Master.
That's
the only thing I could think of.
Because he crushed it.
And it ends up freeing Namor. I'm sure they'll find some way to be like, no, he was in such a rush to get out of there, it lost connection.
He made it out. He never got. He didn't even get crushed by the thing. He made it out way before that bitch even came toward him.
Right. Torch patches up a water leak that happened because the octopus was thrown out. And then Namor, when he does snap out of it, he gets super pissed that everyone's there.
Right, it's all about a leak.
And then he's like, Sue, are you here to finally be with me?
And Sue, yes.
And then Sue's like, nah, my loyalties are with Reed, but I'm unsure where my heart lies.
I don't know what the fuck that means, woman. Let's get with Namor. Go ahead. You don't even want that.
Namor gets pissed.
Right.
Kicks them out.
Right.
And then Namor says he feels like a weight has been lifted from him.
I know.
So I have some theories for this.
So that bitch gotta go.
I have some theories for this. Okay. So, first off, I think this is the first time we're noticing Sue might actually really care for Reed.
Right.
Her problem is, though, she also really cares for Namor. She's kind of got this, like, love triangle thing going on.
A love triangle.
Where she doesn't exactly know 100% right now where she wants to be.
Man, she wants the physical from Namor, but she wants, like, the passion from...
She's going to stick with Reed in the group for now because they are a team.
Right.
And you can't really be a team if you're not with your team. So if she goes and lives in Atlantis, I mean, it's the Fantastic Three.
Fantastic too, because who gives a fuck about Johnny? Anyway.
Somebody does. He got his own string of fucking comics. But I think Namor's idea of the weight being lifted off his shoulders or lifted from him is kind of him finally letting her go.
Right.
And being like, you know what? I'm done with this bitch playing with hearts.
Right.
Like, I'm going to move on with my life. Go do what you do.
Do whatever, man.
And leave me the fuck alone.
Right.
Because I'm done.
What he did? He said, everybody leave.
He's like, bounce.
Everybody. All foes. Go.
Fuck this shit, you're out.
Because really, you're fighting on his homeland. Like, that's his home. Like, you're on his front. Like, go. Leave. I like how he kicked him out.
I ended up giving this issue a 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
I thought
4
it
out
was
of
really
5.
good.
It was solid. It was solid.
All right. So next up is Tales To Astonish number 43. And this is called The Astonishing Ant-Man versus the Mad Master of Time.
The time wizard.
This was published May 1st, 1963, written by Stan Lee and Larry Lieber, penciled and inked by Don Heck.
Damn, I thought it was made on my birthday, May 4th. Damn it.
Nothing comes out the 4th, homie. Always the 1st, at least back then.
Oh, let's say, wait a minute. Yeah.
The 1st or the 10th. This issue will feature Henry Pym / the Ant-Man.
Right.
It will also feature Elias Weems, or Elias. I think it's Elias. Right. But it's Elias Weems who also becomes the Time Master.
Or Time Master. That time was the Time Master.
And then his grandson, Tommy.
Right.
All right. So we start with Ant-Man running through the park where he's noticed and almost mobbed, but he gets out with the help of an ant. Meanwhile, we see Professor Elias Weems receiving a telegram stating that his grandson Tommy is coming to see him.
Right.
The next day, Elias is fired from his job for being too old.
Basically, I was like, too old. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And he got so pissed.
So
he was pissed.
He thinks of the letdown
right.
that he'll be giving to that his grandson will have, and he decides he's going to get back at people who don't respect older people. Right. So he creates this device that can age and de-age living things. He tests it on a tree. It works on the tree easily. Tests it on an elephant. It works on the elephant. Tests it on the person in a bar. Works on the person in a bar. And what he's doing is he ages them, and then he de-ages them back to what they were. He's not doing it to just random people out of nowhere to be a dick.
Right, he's not doing it out of spite.
He's got a purpose.
Right. Really, yeah, he does. Actually, he does.
So the police end up getting a note saying that the Time Master wants the city handed over to him or he's going to age people. Ant-Man hears this, or no, ants. I'm sorry, not Ant-Man. Ants hear this, and through their antenna just send the message to Henry Pym. Right. Dude, no, my mind's shit on itself. So it sends it back to Henry, who then turns into Ant-Man, who then goes and talks to the police. And then on a hunch, he asks around the various labs in town and finds one where they had just recently fired an old guy for being old. He puts 2 and 2 together because he's one of the few people that's not stupid in Marvel right now.
Reed Richards.
We see Elias getting mad that the police didn't respond, at which point Ant-Man confronts him in his house. Right. And Elias turns him old. Takes his helmet from him, throws it off to the side, puts Ant-Man inside.
And how they did it, they really de-aged the man. Like, damn. Like, wow, that's crazy.
And he put him in a trash bin where he was going to keep him until he was ready to basically experiment on him, look into things.
He's like a plaything. Yeah.
However, Elias leaves, and what Elias did not do is realize that Ant-Man can still make himself bigger.
Right. He's still got this hard to make it bigger.
He grows himself.
Right, normal size.
Grabs his helmet.
Right.
Throws on
easy, barely convinced. He literally all right, put it back on.
Throws on a coat and decides he's going to go head to City Hall.
Right.
While at City Hall, he spots Elias on a roof, and Elias starts to age the crowd. Elias starts firing on the crowd, making people old. His grandson shows up and gets aged as well.
Of course, because
And while distraught, Elias ends up dropping the device off of the roof because he's like, my grandson, he was not supposed to be here. Right. He ends up dropping the device off of the roof. The ants gather together and catch it, and they shoot the people with the de-ager part of the gun. Everyone becomes back to their normal age, and then Elias gets arrested, as he should.
Right, that's what's supposed to happen. Nobody ones up the heroes, and the heroes win. Like, that's really comics for you. During
the trial, Ant-Man pleads with the cops to let him go because he was highly upset. Right. And the scientist that fired at him ended up rehiring him.
Right.
Here's the thing. I give this a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, no, he should be in prison.
There was no real fighting. It was Ant-Man got aged. Right. And then the crowd got aged. Right. And then the ants de-aged everyone back to their normal stuff.
And then he still get his job back. No, he should be in prison. He started aging people.
Right, but he didn't kill anybody. So.
I mean, I guess okay. But still, that's crazy. He should have got something like to say you get your job back.
Maybe some house arrest.
Right, but instead, you know what? Slap on the wrist, get your job back. Whoa, what? No. He should get his job back.
Right, and another thing that sucks, so here's the thing. I love that they didn't go with the normal Ant-Man Scooby-Doo style story.
Right. Or hypnotized.
Yeah, no one was hypnotized. None of the other crazy shit.
There was no alien. There were no aliens either. So.
Not much fighting happened.
Yeah, it's kind of
and it was just kind of a boring story.
Yep, boring. That's what it was.
So that is why I gave it a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, it's 2. It's almost considered to be a 1 out of 5, to be honest. But it's 2
out of 5.
Because it was just not. It really just wasn't good. Not really.
All right. Next up, Tales of Suspense number 41, The Stronghold of Doctor Strange.
Bro, this was crazy. I did not know Doctor Strange was a villain. That threw me off, man.
Well, I don't think this is Doctor Strange we know, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but it just threw me off. Like,
May 1st, 1963, written by Stan Lee and R. Burns, penciled by Jack Kirby, inked by Dick!
The one and only motherfucker.
Hey, yours.
Dick Ayers, man. Let's go.
I want a shirt now, custom made, that says inked by Dick. And then on the back it says Ayers.
And then you should get a shirt that says he unsubscribed from life. That should be unsubscribed from life. It should be a shirt, man.
Although I used the wrong picture for the wrong... here, let me fix that for you guys.
Okay.
I used the wrong Iron Man picture.
Oh, you didn't use the one from the cover, from the issue? Oh, wow.
I want to know how I did that.
You probably saw it.
Let's fix it. No, because I actually I had to re-add the fucking comic itself.
Right.
Because the last one was not working. Or did not work out the way it should have. Alright. Fixing things on the fly. Back to where we were. Alright. So yeah, there's the actual cover that you guys were supposed to see.
Da-da-da.
Movie magic.
I was going to say podcast, man. Movie magic? Nice.
Alright. The people we will see in this story are Anthony Stark / Iron Man.
Right.
Another girl by the name of Carla. I believe Marion comes back for this issue. They never say what her name is, but she's drawn in the exact same way Marion was in the last issue.
Right. So, okay.
So I'm pretty sure it's Marion.
And that's fine. I mean, we can rehash these old girlfriends.
And then we get this weird-looking dude named Doctor Strange.
He's something.
All right. So we start with Tony Stark, who is at a hospital charity dance, and who I believe is Marion from the last. And he is with who I believe is Marion.
Right, because he's in his Iron Man suit, but he's with the kids.
Not yet.
I thought he was in.
He starts off at a charity dance as just himself.
Right. So I thought he was in his Iron Man suit. Right.
He ends up donating $100K to help build a new wing at the hospital.
Just $100K, bitch. Never mind. I want more.
And then he states that he will have Iron Man perform for the kids tomorrow.
Right? That's what he said. Right.
That night, Marion asks if he's ever thought that he might settle down, and he says he's got far too much going on right now to think about that. You know, he's got all the scientist things, he's got all the Playboy things, which he doesn't talk about those.
Right.
But then he also thinks to himself without saying out loud, he's also Iron Man, bitch.
Right.
He's got shit to do.
Have you seen my? And all the place. Have you seen my MCU movie?
He does tell her he's got no way to. He's not a marriable man right now. Is what he says.
Did you know I said I am Iron Man? Boom.
So the next day, Tony unfolds his Iron Man suit. Shit is weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, this type of metal can fold and unfold many times its size.
Yeah, I was gonna.
So he's able to hide his suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was weird. It folds like a paper.
Right.
That's so weird. That's actually kind of creepy. It could just do that on a will and go back to armor? Okay, cool. I'm sure.
So he goes to the hospital, juggles some cars for the kids,
right,
and then catches a cannonball that is shot at him, guys. Not. It's not like somebody tossed it to him. This motherfucker is shot at him, and Iron Man's dead. End of the story.
Right. Roll credits. No, first of all, we're roll credits. The moment if a kid threw a cannonball, he just gets blasted off the screen. I'm like, yo, that's it. Tales of Suspense. All right, guys, let's get to the next comic books. Right. What?
But yeah.
And why? Damn. What?
So he catches the cannonball,
right,
breaks it into pieces, and then gives the pieces to the kids.
I don't want that. I'm afraid. I would be so afraid, bro. Like, what?
No, he's wearing gold armor now. He's not scary anymore.
I still would trust that shout.
Meanwhile, Doctor Strange, who is in jail, has made a device to hypnotize Iron Man from a distance.
Oh, fuck.
He does.
Right.
And Iron Man comes and breaks him out of jail. Later, the cops find Iron Man stumbling around, and he is pissed about what happened because he did not realize what he had done.
No shit.
And the cops seemed kind of sad for him. Like, he didn't even get in trouble. They were like, oh, it wasn't really you.
And how... Never mind.
Y'all just believe in Anthony now?
Right. How the fuck would you know that, though? Okay.
Playboy, billionaire, philanthropist, alcoholic?
Right. Right. He does drink. Sleeps with anything with a pulse.
So, and I put in all caps in my notes here, bullshit, they would try to arrest him. Because if he broke somebody out of jail, it doesn't matter who the fuck you are.
Yeah. Well, remember, we're in the comics where people get their jobs back, so...
Right. So, later, Doctor Strange arrives at his base with his daughter Carla to introduce her to all the bad people in the world that he has there with him.
Right.
She storms off. The next day, a bomb goes off in space, and Doctor Strange hijacks TV stations to basically tell the world that he's taking over, and if they don't surrender, he's going to blow up the world.
Right.
All right, Dr. Evil. The next morning...
Right, Dr. Doom over here.
Iron Man is shot from a sub-torpedo.
Roll credits, he's dead.
By the way, here's where my problem is with this. This is the second time this has happened in this group of 6 comics. Who was the last person to get shot from a sub-torpedo? It happened to...
The Thing. Was it Thing?
No. Oh, who the fuck was it? Because it was one of the things that I had mentioned earlier that I was like, we're gonna have another thing happen where someone.
Oh, fuck. Who was it? I thought it was it Iron Man? No. Shit. Thor.
It might be the next
Thor.
issue. It's the next issue.
You said it comes back up again. Yeah, it was Thor because he gets shot again.
Yeah, it happens again in the next issue.
Right, next issue. Right.
Because
I'm like, what the hell? Why? I mean, I'm fine.
So, Iron Man then starts to drill through the island, and we see Strange arguing with Carla because she doesn't like how evil Daddy's become.
Man,
and he's doing it all for her. And this is such a lame story.
Yeah, that's a bad little moment.
For these guys. So, Iron Man breaks through the floor, destroys a nearby generator, causing Iron Man himself to short circuit, basically.
Oh, man, he can't use his suit no more.
Completely run out of juice. As Strange taunts him, being the villain that he is, Carla throws a flashlight to Iron Man, who uses the batteries inside to bring himself back online.
What type of MacGuffin shit?
Right.
Wait. I'm surprised she didn't put that down. What type of bullshit was that? I got a flashlight. Thank you, person. I got double A's.
Feeling betrayed, Strange runs off. The military end up capturing all the other bad people that are there. And Iron Man comforts Carla, saying that she's a lovely, courageous girl for what she did.
So that's the fourth person you're going to sleep with. Anyway, could you imagine? What if that were the wrong the wrong batteries? That'd be the most funny shit. He opens it. These are not the right ones. I am fucked. Right.
I gave this a 3 out of 5.
I gave it a 2.
It was a good story. It
was a meh story. It was okay.
I don't know how I feel about this Doctor Strange knowing who the Doctor Strange name eventually becomes.
Right. It's like,
so I don't know.
Maybe he's bougie knockoff Doctor Strange.
Well, the actual Doctor Strange we know of hasn't even appeared yet.
Yeah. So, I give it 2 out of 5. I mean, it was just kind of cheesy to move back to the Hypnotize again. I was like, that's getting played out too, so.
The last comic we get to read is Journey into Mystery number 93.
Right.
This is called The Mighty Thor versus the Mysterious Radioactive Man, which the Radioactive Man kind of comes back and forth throughout Marvel for a long time. I mean, I'm sure you're still around. To be honest.
He's right.
This was published June 1st, 1963, written by Stan Lee and R. Burns, penciled by Jack Kirby, not Jick.
Right.
Jack Kirby, inked by Dick
Ayers. Yeah.
And these are the people you're going to get to witness. You've got Dr. Donald Blake, who is also Thor. Chin Lu, also known as Radioactive Man.
Right.
And Jane Foster. All right.
That's it.
So, we start with Donald Blake in India being a doctor for their forces versus the Chinese, and it isn't looking good for them.
No.
So he turns into Thor, fucks everybody up, basically wins the war for the Indian people.
Right. Did you know Thor came down and won the war for us? Yes, he did.
Steals some tanks for the Indian forces to use, and then closes off ways for the Chinese to get in, which also means that the Indians can't get out, so they've now got tanks for no reason. Later, the Chinese government has Chin Lu create a way to stop Thor, and if he fails, he's going to die.
Right, going to die.
Says the Chinese leader, whoever the Chinese leader was supposed to be in this.
By firing squad.
Probably. somehow they brought the executioner back.
Right.
And it isn't... Okay, so... where the fuck was I? Okay. He reveals to himself in a pain that he has found a way to put radioactive energy into his body without hurting himself, and he's not going to give this power to anybody else, because why should anyone else have this power when he's the one that created it?
And
so he's going to use it.
He's not dead, but who cares? Fuck it.
Right.
He's probably an X-Men.
So he gives himself the power, and he becomes Radioactive Man.
Of death. He doesn't last by the end of this episode. He don't make it.
He destroys his own lab.
Obviously.
So no one can look back through his records to figure out how he did it.
Right.
And he then shows himself off to the Chinese leadership, who then, it's him,
right,
who then shoot him out of a submarine torpedo into New York.
Okay, there it is. Okay, so
where
it's Iron Man. Right.
He pretty much tells...
That's Iron Man issue, right.
As soon as he gets to New York, he pretty much tells the cops to fuck off and goes off to find Thor.
Yeah, or Thor. Right.
They keep trying to shoot him with bullets and shit, and it's just melting. And he's just like, y'all don't bother me. I'm here for one man. I'm here for one motherfucker.
I'm here for Thor. That radiant ass man. A particular man.
I'm looking for a particular man.
A particular man.
So Donald then knows of what's going on. However, he's in the middle of an operation and cannot stop until he's done. He's got to at least make sure he can save this person's life. Or fix his leg, whatever they're doing. No one knows what the surgery is. Right. He might have been able to actually just leave midway through. No one knows.
Right. The cat's playing dead on my foot again.
Awesome.
Nice. Oh my god. The cat's roll off my foot. I'm sorry.
Thor throws his hammer. Thor, once he finishes the surgery, Thor then confronts Radioactive Man. Thor ends up throwing his hammer, and it bounces clear off of him, and we realize he's also immune to Thor's lightning attacks. So he uses the radiation to hypnotize Thor and take over his mind, and commands him to toss his hammer. Mm-hmm. So Thor does. Really far.
He said, you want to put the hammer down? Throw it. Bam.
He said, are you sure about that?
Right. That's where Justin. Justice, are you sure about that? Fine. You want to put the hammer down? Boom. All right. Catch it.
So Radioactive Man dips to go find the hammer. During this time, Thor turns back into Don, losing the hypnotic state he was in, because this isn't the first time this has happened, people.
Right. Because he's not... he ain't on Asgard.
He's been hypnotized twice, and both times he turns back into Don, loses the hypnotization.
It's weird. It's like, damn, okay. You would think he would be still hypnotized.
Right. So, he loses the hypnotic state he was in. Radioactive Man shows back up and asks him where Thor went, and Don's like, yo, he went uptown. He went that way.
And once again, we don't... This happens a lot in his issues, too. We're not questioning nothing, right? We're just like... You sure we're here at the same spot where he was at? Are you sure he's up the way? Yeah, he's totally... Bro, I've seen him.
This one makes more sense, though. I mean, he could have just walked out of the building.
Oh, okay. We could have walked out of the building?
Yeah.
No, I think it's just because it got played out too many times. I think for real, it's like...
No, most of the time, I will agree. It's dumb. It's dumb as hell.
Because people will be like, yo, like...
Because they'll be like, oh, there's a
light.
flashing light. Oh, where did Don go? Hi, Thor. Really?
Remember, the kids? They were like, oh, flashlight. Oh, it's Thor now.
So, Don goes to his office where he pretty much tells Jane Foster to fuck off.
He really did.
He's like, I got shit to do.
Because she was coming... She got annoying in this, and she's like, bro, I gotta do some shit.
Right. And he ends up using some tech to find out where his hammer is.
Right.
And he sees that it's at the bottom of the Hudson River.
Damn.
So he then dives into the river, almost drowns, but reaches the hammer just in time. As he's about to pass out.
Can you imagine? Roll credits. He didn't make it either. He didn't make it.
Instantly turns back into Thor.
Because he's no longer Thor. He's Thor now.
And then he goes and confronts Radioactive Man. Part 2.
Right. It's part 2.
Thor creates a tornado that launches Radioactive Man back to China. And when he lands, he explodes into a mushroom cloud. And the Chinese are like, he lost.
Right, he didn't. Yeah, he was useless.
Thor won. And then we finish with Jane giving Don shit for not being able to do anything but work in his office. Look, bitch.
Right, damn.
He's not allowed to tell you things.
He can't just tell you, hey, guess what? I am Thor. Because you
I'm a man, our particular man. And I don't like your face.
And I'm going to headbutt your face. Like, Jane Foster? Yes, right in the dome. Bam!
Are you Foster or are you Nelson?
Right. Because where the hell is Nelson at? You are not.
Because for a while, I thought you were related to Foggy.
Right. For this, you get the thunder shot. Bam! Like, oh my
Which is
God.
actually probably where they got Foggy's last name from when they were putting together the Nelson.
Right.
Like, they were like, hey, so we changed Jane's name.
Right. You just tell in the pitch
And
meeting.
didn't tell anyone.
Oh,
it just
didn't
happened.
tell nobody. It just happened.
Right. So her last name's no longer Nelson. It's Foster. We could still use the Nelson last name. I think it would be great for a blind person's sidekick.
Right. Because what if Jane Foster or Jane Nelson comes back? She'd be like, who the hell is this bitch? Like, oh shit.
But yeah, so I gave this issue a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
It's readable.
Yeah.
It was decent. It wasn't absolutely shit. I'm done with the hypnotization though, and I'm sure we'll get a lot more of it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's what's dropping the score for me. Like it's the hypnotization. That's what can drop it.
I can't wait till Paste Pop Pete's hypnotized.
Oh, oh my God, that's gonna be lit, and he's gonna escape.
Probably.
He's gonna outwit him.
But yeah, Week 13's MVP, ladies and gentlemen.
What you got?
Mr. Fantastic. He finally stepped up.
Mr. Fantastic finally stepped.
He finally stepped up. He's no longer, at least for this issue, the bitch that he's been this entire series. He was like legit when they were like, yeah, when fucking whatever his fucking name is, Namor was like, yeah, I got your chick. And he's like, nah, we're gonna go save her. Like, we're gonna go fucking do this.
He put his foot down. Yeah.
And they did, and I'm proud of him. Plus, nobody else did great. I'm being honest.
Nobody else did great.
I specifically said, okay, I have to pick somebody from this comic because this is the best comic of the 5 we read, or the 6 we read.
6 we read.
Now, the others weren't all terrible. Most of them were readable, except for like 1, maybe 2, depending on who you are.
Right.
But I took the best character from the best comic, and I think he finally stepped up to the fucking plate.
Right.
I almost gave it to the Thing for being the one to physically go in and save Sue.
Right.
But you know what? I was like, we'll give it to Mr. Fantastic.
Yep.
Which, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us back to the Marvel Trivia Question of the Week. Parker Robbins is better known as what supervillain? A, the Hood, B, the Taskmaster, or C, the Shocker? Do you care to give your guess, Ralph?
I'm gonna try it. Fuck it. Shocker.
Nope.
Damn.
It's the Hood.
It's the Hood. It's always fucking random.
So I didn't know the Hood was a character when putting this together.
Right. What the hell? That's
the only person I know of with the name Hood in his name is the Red
Hood,
which is from Batman.
Right. Jason taught that shit.
That's what the Hood looks like. If you wanted to lean over and look at the picture.
Oh yeah.
I do have a picture of him.
Oh, cool.
He looks cool.
You actually gave him a picture. That's
I did. He looks like Wiccan.
Wiccan. Nice.
But older.
You're right.
But yeah.
Overall, the comics were okay. They weren't like, you know...
We've had better.
Yeah, we had better. Right, we really did. Like the Incredible Hulk and Fantastic Four one. Man. Yeah, we had some better ones, so...
Hopefully all the extra work was well worth it for those of you that do come in and watch. Now, next week, the issues that we're going to be covering are... Let me scroll down a smidge. We're going to be starting off with The Amazing Spider-Man number 3, which is Spider-Man versus Dr. Octopus.
That's going to be good.
So we see Doc Ock's intro. We then get Strange Tales number 109, which is, the story is called The Sorcerer and Pandora's Box. So we get to see Johnny Storm go up against some magical shit.
Oh, that's right. We got
which I'm here for.
We got 2 Stranger Tales, don't we?
We've got a Tales to Astonish.
Right, Tales to Astonish, right.
Which is the creature from Cosmos.
Right.
And that's also the issue that they introduced the Wasp.
Hey, that's gonna be fun.
So we're moving forward.
Moving forward.
The next issue is Tales of Suspense number 42. So another Iron Man story. And this is called Trapped by the Red Barbarian. Because Tony just cannot have any normal fucking enemies.
Right. Either go get a robot or aliens or some weird shit. You can't fight nobody. Like, no.
And then stories number 5 and 6 are both coming from the same issue. We're reading the A story called The Human Torch versus the Wizard and Paste Pot Pete.
Hey, here we go. This is it. Hey. If they say this is happening.
We get a story that I think is the introduction of the Doctor Strange that we know.
Right.
Because we get a story called Doctor Strange, Master of Black Magic.
Okay.
So
that's not bad.
Those are the next six stories. As a matter of fact, we basically got about 4 more weeks before we get introduced to, I think it's the Avengers.
Right.
So we're getting there.
Avengers should be starting, right? We should get close to making them at least.
We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're getting introduced to 2 new characters this issue, or this week.
Right.
In the Wasp and the Doctor Strange we know of. Unless they end up changing who the current Doctor or the evil Doctor Strange is.
Right, I would like to know.
Which is possible.
I would say, will that evil Doctor Strange ever come back? I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, dude, he ran away. He didn't get caught.
Right.
He pulled a Pace Pot Pete.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he just dipped the fuck out.
Right. He said, "Yo, I'm losing." See, only thing about Pace Pot Pete, he actually won up Feds. He won up the Human Torch.
He's like, "You only got one more shot. I got you."
Right.
And he was gone.
Hey, he hit the Batman utility or the thing. It caught a play. See, at least this one made sense. I'm getting my ass kicked. I gotta go. Like this one, he bolted.
I'm excited though because this is going to be the first time I will admit, aside from the Tony Stark story, I'm excited for all the stories in this. Spider-Man and Doc Ock. I mean, Doc Ock's Doc Ock. It's Doc Ock. We're getting right. Dr. Octavius.
Dr. Octavius. Yes,
I'm here for it. I mean, we're also getting his origin story. I could do without that, but we're going to see Human Torch fight something mystical, which will be a different
take of everything.
Right, a different take on anything he's done.
And then he goes back.
The Wasp gets introduced.
Right, Wasp gets introduced.
Iron Man does whatever the fuck he does. And then
we get his original people,
the Wizard and Pace Pot Pete, and then Doctor Strange. I mean, it's a good little.
Yeah, really, it's a good little
lineup.
Tips and tricks. I like how they have the issue.
We're almost on page 3. Yes, I can't wait. You know who all? Okay, so what's really cool, and so here's the thing, we've got 2 weeks. So we've got 1 more week of page 2. And then the week after we dip into page 3. And page 3 is where the X-Men are introduced. We're like 4 weeks away from X-Men.
Oh, shit. So we get the first X-Men people showing up?
No, it's the first X-Men comic. X-Men #1.
Oh, it's not going to be like Tales of X-Men or Tales of like wow. So
now I don't know if they don't show up at some point in another comic.
Right, but this is actually their first time actually see them.
The X-Men.
Right, it's the X-Men itself. That's interesting.
And Magneto's the first villain. So I mean, we're jumping right into the mix of the X-Men.
Right. That's going to be interesting.
That same week we actually get to watch we actually get to read Spidey fighting Doctor Doom. Now, this is a fun one. We're also going to be getting the Strange Tales annual here soon, which the main story we're reading from that is basically... it's basically Human Torch chasing after Spider-Man. So that'll be a fun one.
And so Spider-Man's going to be my MVP of that week, because...
Maybe, because then we also get Namor versus the human race in the same issue.
That's gonna be good because let me tell you, Human Torch, he go get the Spider-Man. Oh, my powers! you got a limit, bye, bitch. You have a limit to your power. Like that.
Oh, there's 2 Strange Tale annuals back to back.
Oh, what's the second one?
Or no, it's the Strange Tales annual and then the Fantastic Four annual.
Right,
okay.
By that time, it should be like what, their 16th or 17th.
Merlin comes in soon. The actual Marvel universe.
Right, the Merlin that we saw in that
and right after that issue, we also get a Medusa story in that same one.
Whoa.
And then we get the Avengers. The Avengers right after that.
Wow. So we go back
there's some fun stuff coming, dude.
So we because I was wondering when we were ever going to see Medusa again. Man, we knew she was going to come back, but dang, like, okay.
Get some more Journey into Mystery, more Tales. We don't get another X-Men for a while, though. X-Men #2 will be a couple weeks later.
Right. They want you to get a feel for it, like if you was a reader, saying, well, how do you like about that? And then they'll put more out.
So. We've got some, like I said, we've got some more Avengers. more Tales to Astonish. We're going to get a Tales to Astonish here soon where he actually becomes Giant Man instead of Ant-Man.
Oh, right, because he can only use the blue to normal size, but this is the first time we're going to let him go past that blue part. That's going to be interesting. Well, and it's fine we're getting to some decent issues here, because a lot of them kind of been, not all, but kind of been a little lackluster. Just a little bit. Not a whole lot, though.
Yeah, we get 3 Tales to Astonish in a fucking row soon.
Oh, shit. 3 of them?
Yeah. For whatever fucking reason.
God, good lord.
That'll be a while, though. We've
Right.
got a few weeks before that happens. But yeah, so I just wanted to...
Well, we got some good comics.
The one's coming up this next week. It's a really good...
Be decent.
It looks like a good batch. I mean, we could be completely wrong.
Bro,
They could all
be
suck.
ass. All of them.
All of them could suck. A giant donkey penis.
It would be like, what are we reading here? This is garbage, like, for real. You'd be like, Stan Lee, what were you thinking about making this? Or you'd be like, Stan Lee, you're awesome. I wish you could have made more for us.
But yeah, so that is the end of this one, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new layout so you could actually see things as they were on the screen. I'm going to continue to do it like this. And hopefully it helps, bring people in and keep them here so they can see what's going on and enjoy it. And
We're awesome people.
yeah. We're absolutely loving going down this old road. Even the ones that suck, I mean, it's still fun to read.
It's still
to
fun
see.
because it's like getting into the mind of a kid who would pay 12 cents to actually go get these comics. Like they're
Every one of these comics are worth the 12 cents they spent.
Oh yeah. They're all worth it.
I'd spend 12 cents on them, even if they sucked.
Right.
It's 12 cents.
Like you can see it. Like kids, like I want more
Now,
Human
granted,
Torch.
a lot of these comics now cost hundreds of thousands of
Don't say
dollars.
$100. And then like if you can find like this one just sold for $3.4 million, like the original cut of that. I'm like, okay, so that is the highest thing that's ever been bought as a comic book. $3.4 million.
And again, congrats, Mr. Fantastic, for finally getting an MVP. It'll be fun to see who you pick next week. There's a lot of good stories to have to choose from. I feel bad for you.
You know what?
Anyways, so with that being said, remember next Monday's episode of the Pound / Marvel Media podcast, we're going to be covering the Slingshot series, which is it's the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Slingshot season. It's basically just a side story for Yo-Yo Rodriguez.
Right.
And then next week we'll be covering the 6 that we initially talked about at the beginning of this. Like we kind of droned on for no reason there at the end.
Right.
But we've also got a good batch of comics coming. Avengers are starting soon. X-Men are starting soon. I'm
That
excited.
X-Men might be good, and then even with Doc Ock, like for this next batch, like Spider-Man vs. Bro.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like this is gonna be interesting.
I've never read the first X-Men, so
Neither
when
have
we
I.
get there,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be stoked. I'm gonna be like, X-Men.
right. It's the
Let's go.
legit first X-Men, so that's gonna be interesting.
All right.
But,
So
yeah,
with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for hanging out with us. We will see you all next week. Excelsior.
Boom.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.